Hi everyone, this is Summer Dillon, and you're watching Wasting Time with Summer Dillon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. Today I'm starting a new series called Story of a Baseball Card. Every baseball card tells a story, and I recently got this really cool card on my favorite breaking channel, Chomps Live Breaks. Shout out to Chomps Live Breaks and everybody there. But the card I got is a dual autograph, Roy White and Mickey Rivers numbered to 6. So here's the card. That's super sick. It's really beautiful. Nice corners. There's only 6 of these, so it's pretty rare. And here's the back. Nice little back. Champions, 1978 ring team. Pretty cool. But when I got it, I was like, okay, that's cool, but who are these people? I mean, it was the number 1 hit in the box, so I got it in a Leaf Bronx Legacy box. And, you know, it's cool, but is it valuable? Which I'm looking for in baseball cards in general. I want to find value. I spend too much money on them, so I'd like to get some back so I can continue my hobby. And that sent me down a really fun rabbit hole, and the whole reason why I'm creating this series, which is called The Story of a Baseball Card. So this series, The Story of a Baseball Card, we're going to take one card like this card and examine its players and history. And this one goes into the 1978 World Championship. So, most modern card collectors on here will be like, who is Roy White? And I don't think I know who Mickey Rivers is either. Did I get fleeced? No, not necessarily, because it's still a rare card, and it's really interesting. I only paid like 200-something bucks for the box. I got 4 nice cards out of it, so. But, once I researched these players, because they come from a time before I was born, 1978. Like, I was born in 1985. I'm aging myself, but it's hard to know about all this history. I know mostly like 1990s and onward baseball history, and there's plenty that I need to check out and research. But let's get to it. Okay, let's go to Wikipedia and let's check out the 1978 World Series. Okay, here we are, and here you see the 1978 World Series. It was the New York Yankees with Bob Lemon as the manager. They won 100 games, pretty awesome. Los Angeles Dodgers were the losers with 2 wins, and Tommy Lasorda winning 95 games that season. So 2 powerhouses in the leagues. And the New York Yankees won 4-2. Now, big names in this series are, Bob Welch, Reggie Jackson, Goose Gossage, Catfish Hunter, even Yogi Berra as a coach. And then, of course, Don Sutton and Tommy Lasorda on the Los Angeles side. But, lost to history is the contributions of Roy White and Mickey Rivers. And especially Roy White here. We'll check out Roy White first. He's our first player on the card. Check him out one more time. There he is up top. Cool signature. All right. Let's go back. He was born December 27th, 1943. And he played his entire career in the major leagues as an outfielder for the New York Yankees. And he played a pretty nice long career, 1965 to 1978, 14 years. That's a really good career. He won 3 pennants in the American League with New York and 2 World Series championships, 1977 and 1978. If you go to the 1978 World Series and you look at the box scores and the story, you'll see that Roy White made a huge contribution to the series. The Los Angeles Dodgers won Games 1 and Games 2, 11-5 in Game 1, just a complete pounding and blowout, and a real kind of heartbreaking 4-3 in a game they were leading for the first 5 innings. So they're down 2-0, going into Game 3. But then in Game 3, Roy White hits a home run off of Don Sutton. You know, that's incredible. And he opens up the scoring, putting the Yankees on top 1-0, and eventually 2-0, 2-1, and then 5-1 after the big seventh inning, after a big seventh inning, 3-run inning. So, you know, Roy White got everything going in that game. Pretty amazing. Then Game 4, he plays a nice pivotal role as well. The Yankees tied it in the 8th when Munson doubled off Paul Blair. The score remained tight until the bottom of the 10th. Dodger rookie and Game 2 hero Bob Welch walked Roy White. So he started off with the walk in the 10th inning. Amazing. And that brought Reggie Jackson up to the plate, who then singled, scoring White. So Roy White scored the winning run in Game 4. So now they're tied 2-2. So Dodgers have 2 wins and New York has 2 wins. So now we go to Game 5, which is just an absolute pounding and a blowout. And Roy White mixes it up and gets in there as well. It looks like he, in the bottom of the 3rd, after a leadoff walk and a single, Roy White's RBI single cut the Dodgers lead 2-1. So Roy White is opening up the scoring again. So really huge contributions from Roy White in this World Series. That was just a drumming of a game. And, you know, that's the end of Roy White's contributions here on Wiki. There might have been a few other things that he did that didn't get recorded that I don't know. You know, because I haven't actually watched these games. I'm just reading about them on Wiki. You know, it makes me want to go watch them. But just absolutely amazing to see the massive contributions in 3 of the games from Roy White here. So awesome contributions by Roy White in the 1978 World Championship. And let's move on to the story of Mickey Rivers, our second player on the card. He was another longtime Major League Baseball pro. He was in the league from 1970 to 1984. That's 14 years. So another really good baseball player. And just a little couple quick details about him. He was on the same team as Roy White that defeated the Dodgers in 1977 and 1978. He was known as Mick the Quick, was generally known as a speedy leadoff hitter who made contact and was an excellent center fielder with a below average throwing arm. Okay, why do we got to throw that in there? Make Wikipedia like that's kind of silly, but anyway, so let's move on to his contribution to the 1978 World Series. And let's get Mickey Rivers. So, on this wiki page, it only shows that he contributed big time in the Game 5. He hit an RBI single, and that made it 5-2. And then Roy White sacrifice fly made it 6-2. Did I mention him from Game 5? I can't remember that if I mentioned that Roy White hit a sac fly, but yeah. So you could see, they were tag teaming. They were really important members of this team, and that's the only reference of Mickey Rivers in this Wikipedia article. So, but really, really interesting contribution. Maybe just a little bit more about Mickey. Oh yeah. So here's an interesting fact about Mickey. He played for the Texas Rangers as well, and he set the single season record for hits by Rangers with 210 in 1980. So that's pretty cool. And he ended his career with a really great lifetime average: 295, 267 stolen bases, and 1660 hits, and 308 in the 29 postseason games. That's just really strong. He was a very strong player, very good player. So you could look at this card and look at the value that, some collectors might place on it, and some people might just try to sell it quick and sell it for like $29.99. But that's just silly to me. Like, this is a pretty amazing card. This is really, really cool. And if you're a true collector, you might really want this card. And one thing about value before we wrap is that you as the collector set the value. So I can set the value on this card at $200. right? And that's kind of what it means to me. After researching and seeing what these players did, their autographs are way more important. And there's not that many of them. But, you know, the rarity is also balanced by the demand. There's not really any demand for a Roy White and Mickey Rivers dual autograph, right? If it were two, you know, Hall of Famers, you know, you can name two from any team. But, you know, in the end, just going through the story of this card made me appreciate baseball a lot more and made me appreciate the card itself. So I hope you enjoy this story and the amazing contributions of Roy White and Mickey Rivers to the 1978 World Championship. This has been Summer Dillon, and you were watching Wasting Time with Summer Dillon. You know, correct me if I'm wrong about anything. Jump in the comments. Tell me what you like about this video, what you want more of. Drop some baseball cards that you would like to see covered, and I'll cover them. All right, thank you very much for watching, and happy baseball card collecting.